Hello gamers, Killsbury3 here. I am back after a week-long hiatus with another Redstone tutorial. I'm sorry I couldn't do last week. I was moving out of my college dorm and it was really hectic. But here we are, we're back again, and because I missed a week, I decided to do a slightly larger episode than usual. And in case you haven't figured it out by the title, this episode is going to be focused around command blocks. Specifically, it's going to be focused around some of the more combat-oriented applications of command blocks. And by combat-oriented, I mean the commands that you can use with the blocks to make combat happen, to make an arena-like place that in maps if you wanted to, stuff like that. So first of all, the first thing that everybody needs to know is how to get a command block. Now, as you can see, I am in creative. In order to use command blocks, you have to be in creative. So, the first thing you have to do is learn the command to get the command blocks. And what you do is you hit slash on your keyboard, or if you're not, if you'd rather, you can hit T in order to open up the chat dialog. That's the default setting. I'm not sure what yours would be, but slash always works. Slash give, and then you type your own username, so in my case Killsbury3, and then command underscore block, and hit enter, and that's going to put a command block in your inventory. As of yet, there is no other way to get a command block other than to give it to yourself using commands. If you opened up your inventory and you went to search and you tried to type in command block, nothing would happen. It's not gonna show up there. So there is no other way to get a command block at this moment, unless you have a command block that gives you command blocks. The first thing that I wanted to go over isn't really a combat-oriented machine, but it's probably the most useful thing I've found. It solves a minor inconvenience, and that is when you're working on a build. Let's say, like, I built this castle over the past about 30 minutes. Tiny little thing, but, you know, it serves its purpose. And what bothers me is a day in Minecraft, daytime sunlight, lasts about 7 minutes, give or take a little bit. I think that's the number. And what's really annoying is if you're doing a really long build and you're in creative, and every once in a while you'll have to constantly type in time set day in order to keep it at daytime, and so that the sun. So because if if it's at nighttime, I did that wrong. Time set night, then when it's nighttime you can build stuff, but it's harder to see and it's just annoying. You have to put torches everywhere, and I hate doing that. So this is probably my most favorite machine, and I'm gonna set it back to daytime. And all this is this command block has time set day as the console command in it. The way you use a command block, by the way, is you put it down and then you right click on it in creative. You have to be in creative or else this won't work. And you input a console command. So, I don't know. You can, as you can see, it's got these little shortcuts. Those don't really work in regular console commands, but it does work with command blocks because it's coming from the block. So, at P will target the nearest player to the block. At R, if you're on a server, then it'll target a random player on the server. If it's single player, it'll target the only player. And at A will target everybody. If you're on a server, then that could be 30 or 40 people for all we know. I don't know, give Killsbury3 2. And then if we were to power that, it'll give me a grass block, because that's the 2 is the item value. And there's a list on the Minecraft wiki, and I will link it in the description for all, or actually, I think it's on the Minecraft wiki of all the block IDs. You can use the names of blocks, but it's really finicky, and if a name like Diamond Sword, how that's more than one word, it's kind of finicky about that, so I prefer to just use the block IDs. But anyway, so all this is a command block that has time set day as the command, and what I have here is a daylight sensor that produces an output whenever its light is shining on it. It has to be sunlight, it can't be torchlight or anything like that. So a daylight sensor hooked up to an inverter, so it's currently off. And what these two repeaters are is to make it so that, now what you can do for this, if you want to have it always on, what this is a constant daylight machine. Every time the sun completely sets, it sets it back to daytime. It skips the night. And what I have here, the reason for this little setup is this lever extends that piston. Alright? So, yeah, it extends the piston. And that's just really, the reason for that is if the piston is retracted, if this block is not currently there, the current will not flow through and night will happen as per usual. But when the piston is extended, the current flows through that block, and this is basically an on-off switch for this machine. So right now it's on, and there we go. So I set it to nighttime, but as you can see, the sun is still technically up. It takes for the entire sunset to be gone in order for this to take effect, but you'll kind of see it. It only lasts a split second. And I don't know what the exact number is for when the sun is set, so I can't just skip to that. But you'll see it. Any second now. There we go. And as you can see, set the time to 1000, which is the beginning of the day. It's after sunset is completely finished. Alright, so that's what that does, and I'm just going to leave that on. The next kind of fun things that I did is I made a little arena system. And the way I did this was I have these two tripwires, one at the front and one at the end of this hallway. I can't get rid of this infestation of bats. I've tried. And I've got a mob spawner back here, and I'll show you how to make those in a little bit. These tripwires are connected down here to these command blocks. The one at the entrance sets the difficulty to 0, which is peaceful, and the one over here sets the difficulty to 3, which is hard. And what that means is, as you're walking into the building, it's going to automatically set to peaceful to despawn any mobs that might be in the building or outside or whatever. And then when you go through here, it sets the difficulty to hard. And that'll allow these to spawn. I don't know if they'll still spawn with so many entities nearby. But and then so you can go in there and fight, and then when you exit, it sets it back to peaceful. But before we go in there and I tell you about how to make the mob spawners, we want to visit the armory. And I'm going to go ahead and set my game mode to 0, so now I'm in survival mode. And yeah, so this should be pretty self-explanatory. You walk in, you step on the pressure plate, and you get a bunch of armor. And now you can go fight all the zombies that will spawn in there with little difficulty. So back into creative for this. The way this is set up is the pressure plate is right above that block. The redstone current goes through here, and I have it hooked up to all of these, and the reason I have these redstone repeaters here is both to make it so I can put all the command blocks side by side, and to make it so that I can have them on a delay so that the items show up in your inventory in a specific order. Specifically, it goes diamond sword, helmet rather, diamond armor, diamond leggings, diamond boots. And all this is just a very simple command. It's /give, and then @p is the nearest player, which is going to be you. It's going to be whoever's playing. If this is on an adventure map, which is what I usually use them for. 276 is the item ID for diamond armor, and 1 is just to make sure that it only gives them one of them. If I were to set that value to 4, it would give me 4 diamond swords. And then, 310 is a diamond helmet, 311 diamond armor, 312 diamond leggings, and 313 is diamond boots. So yeah, when you walk onto the pressure plate, gives you all that stuff. Now on to the main event, which is this castle. Now, it does not matter that it's daytime because I shielded everything, so now I'm back in survival. And I'm in hard mode, and I should still be wearing diamond armor, so yes. And as you can see, zombies will spawn. And I made it so that they spawn especially often. And the way I did that was with the command blocks. The only issue that I have had so far with this is, so let's say that I'm disarmed for some reason. I don't have anything to fight them with. I'm just gonna kite some more zombies over here so you can really see what's going on. Let's see, for some reason I become disarmed. I can't fight. And yeah, that's enough. I can just run out of the arena as fast as I can. And boom. Difficulty set to peaceful. No more zombies are spawning. I am safe. The only issue that I've had with this so far is occasionally a monster will wander in if it's nighttime when I do this, which it never is. Now, if and a monster will walk in and walk over the peaceful line when I'm in the middle of a thing, and it'll obviously it'll despawn all of them, which is the problem. Yeah. So there's that. Now the way that I made that monster spawner, because I don't know if how many people know this, but if you can get a mob spawner in creative just by typing, or you used to be able to. I guess you can't anymore. No, you can't. Alright. So, the only way you can get you used to be able to get one and it would only spawn pigs. I guess they removed that. Now if you want to make a monster spawner, you have to get a dispenser and you have to put these spawning eggs in them that just spawn whatever it is that you tell them to spawn. That's what that does. But if you want to avoid doing that, you can make an actual spawner that will actually work. Like this. And the way you do that is with command blocks. So, give Killsbury3 command block. And I already did this earlier, so I'm just gonna... Oh, copy and paste does work in this console command thing, so that's wonderful. And I already have this in my clipboard, so I'm just gonna do this. Alright, this is a very complicated console command as opposed, compared to what we've been working with so far. So, this is the set block command. What the set block command does is, in the direction that... in the location specified by the block, it will create a block of whatever it is you want. In this case, I have mob spawner. This is the long version. You can actually delete the Minecraft, but I leave it in there just to be on the safe side. These tildes and the numbers are, like in this case, it's 0 in all directions, which means that when I activate the command block, it's going to replace itself with the selected block. That's what I prefer to do because, I'm not going to be using the command block anymore. But what the tildes do is it places them in that many blocks away from where the command block is. So this is X, Y, Z, and yeah, it'll just, like, if I did this 2, it'll put it 2 away in the X direction, -2, 2 away in the negative X direction, which is basically the other way. In this case, if I were to do it now, I think it would put it 2 blocks to the left, is I think my current orientation. Minecraft mob spawner is the block. I'm not sure what 0 is for, but you replace whatever is currently there. I just know I have to put the 0 there. I'm not sure what it's for. And then you do all this fun stuff. In this case, you open up with brackets, and then the entity ID : space zombie in this case, because I'm spawning zombies. If I wanted to spawn skeletons, I would just replace that with skeleton. Spawn count is 4. It should spawn 4 at a time, but it doesn't for some reason right now. Max nearby entities, I just set it 200. I could set it to 6 if I wanted to, and that would make it so that it wouldn't spawn any more than 6 at a time. And then min spawn delay and max spawn delay are the number of ticks, which is each 100th of a second. Max spawn delay is 1 second right now, but that doesn't seem to be functioning either. Let's have zombies spawn less often. So let's have the min spawn delay be 200, the max spawn delay be, I don't know, 600. That'll do nicely. And then you have to close it with a bracket and hit done. And so it reads it out to you down here. And yeah. And now all you have to do is power this, with a redstone torch, and boom, it replaces it. And now, alright, now it's working fine. That's the problem. Something just walked over that. I'm going to go ahead and break this now since we're not using it anymore, so things stop walking over it. And as you can see, now this thing is spawning skeletons. I'm not sure if you can see the little skeleton swirling in there. Yeah. That shows you what it's going to be spawning. So the zombies are spawning, skeletons are spawning, everyone is having a good time. And that's how I made that skeleton thing. And you can have a lot of fun with this, actually. There's a tutorial on the Minecraft wiki that is way too complicated for me to go over here. See, it spawns 4 at a time, and if this thing was still up and running, I would be able to run away from them all at once and not die. I am going to leave this area because all that noise is annoying me. As you can see, I'm on the same world as I was before. Right then. So back to peaceful, and yeah. Alright. That is all I have for you today in terms of command blocks. I will post a link in the description to the list of IDs. Don't forget to like Gamers Creed, both this YouTube channel, if you haven't already. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as our Facebook page. A link is in the description, facebook.com/gamery. We post about anything gaming. That I always post updates like these videos there first before they're released on the channel for everyone to see. So if you want to get the videos earlier, and we post a lot more things than just videos on our Facebook page. I hope you enjoyed. I will be posting another tutorial next Friday about more about command blocks, more about sort of setting up an economic system. I have that in the works right now, how to make a shop, stuff like that. So stay tuned to that. Subscribe so that you are updated as soon as that's released. These are a lot of really useful for making adventure maps, and they're just, command blocks are a lot of fun, and there's not enough tutorials out there about them right now. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. Questions, comments, leave them in the comment box below, or send them to our Facebook page, and I will be sure to get back to you if you post on Gamers Creed wall or send us a message. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next Friday. Happy gaming.